fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's going around the outside, both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taken Anderson! Anderson's up to him!
Oh my god! Oh, big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's going to get rolled!
It's very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go!
Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my god!
God, what?
It's all about this battle that's going on. Kent Nielsen gets overtaken now for the podium here from Jorge Marquinez. We apologise, ladies and gentlemen, for being late to you, but better late than never here with the iRacing Grand Prix Series. We're into the final 8 laps of this race when MATTEO UGOLOTTI, race leader, will cross over the start-finish line. His lead is growing exponentially at this point. Diogo Oliveira on a no-stop strategy today, trying to get himself over the line. And here with SimSpeed TV, we are here to bring you the final stages of the racing we got going on. Some great battles going on up and down the order. I'm Jake Sperry. Scott Fountain is alongside me for the ride. And, well, Fonty, it looks like, at least for the moment, it's about those who have and those who have not when it comes to the final stages of this race.
Yes, that's exactly right, mate. Yeah, apologies to everybody for starting a bit late. I managed to have a SSD drive go faulty, so I've been quickly trying to sort out that, and yeah, here we are. So covering the last 8 laps of the race, and good to see Kent Nielsen right up there. MATTEO UGOLOTTI, of course, he would be at the front. But yeah, getting chased down by Oliveira by the looks of it.
Yeah, so the chase down is very much there. Oliveira's going the other way, though, and Adam Gleeson here at this stage trying to get through then at this moment in time. We know that it's old tyres for Kent Nielsen. It's those softs on and the soft strategy for Gleeson. He'll be looking to go down the inside, pilot this one the way that he knows how, on the brakes and searching, and gets the move made. So up into 4th position there through the Moraine sweep into turn number 5. A comfortable overtaking opportunity done then, getting that move all completed. But at least for the moment now, it becomes about focus here for Adam Gleeson, because he's been trying lap upon lap upon lap to get to Jorge Marquinez, who's just kept him over this race at arm's length.
Yep, that's exactly right. He's yeah, 1.7 seconds behind, so 7 laps to go. I'm not too sure exactly how many laps he's done since his stop. Sperry, you might be able to confirm that.
Well, it has been... sorry, who are we talking about here? Sorry?
Gleeson.
Gleeson, he came in then at the halfway point, end of lap 16. It was his stop, so he's splitting it half and half. So he is going towards his 10th lap now on these tyres, same as Jorge Marquinez, so no difference in time between them. Do want to pay a little bit of attention up to the front of the field with UGOLOTTI in the lead, because he is just about to put a driver a lap down. We don't often see him out there racing here in the brilliant McLaren MP430s, but legendary Twitch streamer Matt Malone out there, last car on the leading lap right now, 18th.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic to see some superstars of the sport jumping on in and having a crack. Also good to see some regular names, the likes of Cedric Beale, Kent Nielsen, yeah, doing a fantastic job. Would have thought Matt Wood would have been a little bit further up the grid than he is in 7th. But yeah, all in all, good turnout tonight.
Yeah, some good work that's been put in from Matt Wood. Started 15th on the mediums and really had to work to get up to 7th. He did make his stop, moved on to the softs and going aggressive. Marko Nurmela has made his way through now on Kent Nielsen. So Nielsen now back into 6th position here in this race, and just trying with everything that is going on in the late stages of this race to bring things through. And I do want to shout out Diogo Oliveira here at the moment in 2nd position. He is doing wonderfully on those those medium compound tires right now. He started 11th. He's up into 2nd position, and he's running around doing low 136s at this stage, which is a second a lap slower than Jorge Marquinez, and he's doing a wonderful job to keep himself in this race in 2nd.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's kind of got a bit of clear air that he can just relax and bring it home. So yeah, absolutely fantastic drive by him. to hold off Jorge Marquinez by 6.5 seconds now is a pretty good effort.
It is an incredibly good effort, and now there will also be some questions for Matt Wood on that decision to come in and make a stop, because it's very clear he has been dropping a lot of that time. Good battle going on then for the final spot as well, inside the top 10. In this race, you've got Ben Horrill and Darren Parker looking out there for positions as they try and get themselves moving forward. Parker, of course, having a couple of moments earlier on in the race. He now finds himself trying to work hard. Two drivers here that I would say are on very similar career trajectories in this series.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And yeah, we'll see these guys come along, the likes of Kent Nielsen, who is very consistent, hasn't really won any races, but he always finds himself sort of up the pointy end, and that's where his championship points come from. So yeah, lots of regulars running in the series tonight.
Yeah, a lot of regulars here. This is one of the series that you'd absolutely say that has a wonderful turnout week in and week out. The same faces always show up and try and showcase the best that they've got. Also got a battle on for 16th position or 15th position in this race as well. John Pat Kelly started this race from pit lane. He is looking now to try and move up past Kleber to Foley if he can get there in the final 5 laps.
Yep, absolutely fantastic effort here by John Pat Kelly to start from the pit lane and make his way up there. Car's still in good shape, so he hasn't had any contact. He'll be just looking for championship points. He is a regular that we see every week, and generally sort of finishes just outside the top 10. So yeah, not a bad effort from him tonight.
Not a bad effort at all. Great run towards turn 1 for Parker. Horrill covers it off in that narrowing towards the opening corner. It's also getting close between Gleeson and Marquinez for the podium. We'll keep an eye on that after the conclusion of turn 5, because of the fact that Ben Horrill gets a really nice run out of the corner. It's going to really force Darren Parker to work hard here to go through, and it looks like Giori then, in terms of what he's trying to do, is doing okay. Just put a sorry in the chat as he went on through, couldn't quite get there. Parker can't quite get there right now, but Adam Gleeson, the fiercely forward McLaren MP430, knocking on the door of 1 second to Marquinez.
Yep, certainly right on the back there, and putting a lot of pressure on Jorge Marquinez. Is a fantastic driver, however, and won't crack easy under pressure. So expect this to go right down to the wire. Both running the soft compound tyre from what I can see here. So yeah, will be an interesting fight to the end.
It absolutely will, and Marquinez with work to do. There have been a few retirements in this race. Philip Yates crashing out early on with contact going through on the 2nd lap of the event, right in front of Matt Malone. Bradley Philpott, another retiree. He was in 4th position when he crashed out at turn number 3 on circuit. Andre Martins retired from this race, and the most recent of the retirees, TAMAS SZENE, in at the number 21. So not quite getting everything all nicely sorted, but crucially in range now is Adam Gleeson. He now has the drag reduction system available, as does Darren Parker, who was looking into turn number 1 and couldn't quite get it done.
Yep, couldn't quite get it done, but he's just playing the patient game. Such an awesome racetrack this, and plenty of runoff area, so if he sets himself up well and gets the draft, then yeah, he'll be able to get it on these big long straights that we have at Road America.
This is a really important battle that's going out there as well. So there's the move, and it doesn't quite materialise. So it was close, but not quite. Kent Nielsen now has found Matt Wood for company. Of course, has got the freshest tyres of anybody in this field. So Wood will have an easy chance then coming through. Will he think about it at the kink, or will he wait a little longer? I think wait a little longer is the number that we're seeing right now. He'll move through the kettle bottoms towards Canada corner, gets a little wiggle as he tries to get the power down, and just like that, he's down the inside, and Kent Nielsen is just hanging on in the late stages. And I have to say here, Fonty, it's not over for 2nd place either. Oliveira's got 3 laps to hold on here, and you look at that gap behind, it's 2.7 seconds here to Jorge Marquinez.
Yeah, 1.6 it's showing on my overlays. And then another half a second back to Adam Gleeson. So this could definitely be a battle for the 2nd spot on the podium.
Certainly is. Adam Gleeson is the quickest of those three. Kleber to Foley is down in the pits right now. It looks like he's had an accident out there on circuit. So for Kleber, that is a real shame. He was running around quite nicely, but a spin there just in front of John Pat Kelly coming into the hurry down section. And to Foley's race is all but done. But Oliveira, absolutely at this stage, now we'll be looking at everything going on, and he'll be absolutely nervous when he knows he's got no tyres compared to those two drivers behind on fresher softs.
Yeah, very good driver though, and knows this track quite well. So he's still lapping. Last lap wasn't too great for him. Yeah, 2.3 seconds slower than both of those cars behind. So yeah, it's going to be a struggle for him, but if anybody can do it, Diego can.
Oh, it's like pulling teeth watching him go through a corner right now. He's really struggling for grip. He's almost on carcasses at this point, as here comes Jorge Marquinez up the rise here towards turn number 1. DRS full bore, looking to the inside to pick this move off. I'm not sure what Diogo Oliveira can do to argue it. He definitely can't do anything, and now it'll be a case of once is one thing, twice is another. Gleeson thinking about the inside, going in towards turn number 3, and they almost both went after you, and just like that, gap opens up here for Adam Gleeson. He'll be on the podium, but second place, I think, might just be a pipe dream away with 1.5 laps to go.
Yeah, we will have to see. Gleeson does certainly have some form, and last lap by, showing a 27-second lap time for Jorge Marquinez, but the previous lap, Gleeson was 0.7 of a second faster than Marquinez. So if he does have a little bit more tyre, and we have got a long circuit here, so anything can happen. We have just gone under a second between them both.
We certainly have. Worth noting, Darren Parker has had to come in for a stop. He put it in the wall at Canada corner, trying to chase and pass Ben Horrill. So that's why he's down now in 16th position. But the last lap now starting here for Matteo Ugolotti. Jorge Marquinez will have lap traffic in the form of Matt Malone just in front. So Malone should be gracious enough to move out of the way and have probably the greatest seat of anybody going on to this final lap of the race, hoping that there is going to be that chance then that Adam Gleeson can chase down. But look at that gap now as it crosses the line. It is 1.1 seconds, and Malone getting himself out of the way. The only help now for Adam Gleeson's mistake behind that is Nurmela. You're absolutely right. He came out of nowhere there on that final lap to get by Oliveira. Great work from Marko Nurmela. He's been quietly working the Oracle over the course of this one, and just get a look at that in terms of lap time. He was nearly, he was 3.1 seconds quicker that last time by Matt Wood, setting 34.5s, is hoping that he can get to Oliveira between now and the end of this race. I think it's going to be a little bit too far in terms of that one, but at least in the final stages, we still have a lot to race for. Gleeson still hoping for that mistake from Marquinez then as they go over towards the fabled carousel corner. This long stretching right-hand bend out there on track on this final lap of the race, but it's just a little bit too far. So into Canada corner goes along Matteo Ugolotti, who made an early decision in this race to go on to the medium compound tyres. He absolutely flew in qualifying, 0.8 of a second quicker than anybody else. He has led every lap that he has needed to here in this one, and he will come to the line, and it will be another race victory for him as he crosses over with the big result. Marquinez is just going to be able to hold on then for position number 2, and Adam Gleeson taking a very well-deserved podium.
Yeah, certainly right. Gleeson, fantastic drive there. I thought he might have had it in him to just be able to catch on the back, but another lap, I think he might have had a bit more of a chance. But yeah, fantastic race there by Gleeson, Marquinez and Nurmela.
Bartosic dropping positions late as he almost makes a mistake. In fact, he did. He had a half spin going through Canada corner. And Bartosic, I think, really struggling with fuel now as he tries to crest the hill. So HORRILL through, SEIMETZ through, Bartosic has been overtaken all day long.
We'll go back and
from
have a
they
look at
started
that one.
7th, he gained places early, and now he finishes off in 11th position. So a little bit of hurt there for Bartosic over the course of this race. He's so high up there in the championship as well. This will be one which you'll just put in the back pocket and say, I'll think of that one another day.
Yeah, just went back and had a look at the replay there, and yeah, a bit of a half spin for him. So, yeah, not too sure what kind of happened there, because he just was really cruising to the finish line after that point. Maybe a hardware failure.
I wouldn't have said hardware. I would have just thought lapse of concentration, because it's happened as well on the final lap for Darren Parker, who spins it into the tyres coming out of the same corner. So the issue's very much air apparent for all of the drivers then as they cross the line. We can now bring you official classified results then here from Road America. We do apologise for the fact that we just saw on the Virtual Race School replay some great action, but we do apologise for the fact that we weren't able to bring you the full race here today. MATTEO UGOLOTTI, though, 51 minutes, 28 seconds, picks up the win by 12 and a half over Jorge Marquinez in second, all but securing at this stage the championship. UGOLOTTI has been walking away with pretty much every race so far this season that we've seen him in. Adam Gleeson will finish off in third, with Marko Nurmela there in 4th position overall. 5th ending up then to Diogo Oliveira, who was the first of the drivers not to make a stop, and then Matt Wood then with that late stop, only losing out 4 seconds in his strategy, finishing off the race then in 6th place. Kent Nielsen was the last of the drivers to make a 0-stop call. He finishes it off in 7th position, with Cedric Beale in 8th after starting 3rd position overall. It will be then Ben HORRILL who finishes 9th, with KLAUS SEIMETZ in 10th, because of the fact that Thomas Bartosic, who finished in 11th position overall, ran into all sorts of troubles out there today. And the spin and the running out of fuel did not help. Steve Giori got himself into the walls a little bit, but gained 2 places up into 12th. And it was a great start to this race for Renato Augusto. Was right up there in the pack with Wood and HORRILL and Gleeson and Marquinez, but ultimately a crash at the final corner for him drops him back to 13th place. John Pat Kelly, quiet race, started in pit lane, game 3 for the Troubles there in 14th, with Adam Webb 15th, and the last finisher on the leading lap, Darren Parker, having to make an extra stop today in 16th position. First driver a lap down is Matt Malone, of course not his regular vehicle, and very difficult for beginners to get right up to speed, so that's a good work from him to gain 6 places today. Jan Stratinsky then also up 2 places, down 2 places from where he started out, but still finishes the finish. And then we hit the retirements: Kleber Toffoli, TAMAS, SZENE, Andre Martins, Bradley Philpott from 4th position, and then Philip Yates then finding troubles on the 2nd lap of this one. But Fonty, we go from Road America here today. It is a wonderfully classic track we're coming up to next week, Suzuka.
Yes, an absolute classic of a circuit, and yeah, very popular for myself. Spent plenty of time as a young kid racing around there on a demo version of an old Formula 1 game, and that was the only track that was available. And yeah, certainly suits these cars, and yeah, absolutely love it. Really fast and flying, and very difficult and technical at the same time. So should be an exciting event.
It really should. The only place you can catch that is with us at SimSpeed TV. Hopefully we can bring you a full race next week with all of the action that's going on. But a massive thanks goes to the Virtual Racing School, sponsoring the replays here that you have seen today. From, of course, one Mr. Scott Fountain, Fonty here, doing a stellar job to get the PC in working order in the space of about 35 minutes. He did a wonderful job to make that happen. From myself, of course, Jake Sperry, it is another masterclass then from Matteo Ugolotti. He pretty much blitzed everyone in qualifying, blitzed everyone in the race, and nobody could hold, again, a candle in the wind to him. Marquinez is there on the fringes, but there is that small step, it seems, between first and the rest, and Ugolotti is proving to everybody that nobody else can touch him in a month of Sundays. We'll see you, of course, then next week, next Saturday, for the action that will be taking place, of course, Mie Prefecture, Japan, Suzuka.
fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's got rid of the outside of both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taking Anderson. Anderson's up top.
Oh my god! Oh, big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled!
Six very close. These guys are going to want to make their way through the field very quickly. Oh, there we go. Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my god!
No!